The inflation target will stay at 2%, but inflation itself, I think the ideal policy would guide inflation to 2%, but asymptote, a word that you love, Tom, asymptote to 2%. So you want this gentle reduction in inflation right down to 2%. You don't want to be bouncing above and below 2%. I think you want this nice glide path into 2%. So hopefully that's what we'll get here. And this report today is very encouraging.
And so, Jim, there are folks out there in academia, in practice, in the marketplace that think this Federal Reserve is already behind the curve, that they should have already been cutting now. How do you think about that?
So I've argued that earlier this year. We did get tremendous reduction in core PC inflation in the second half of 2023. It was 4.8% last summer on a 12-month basis. It came all the way down to 2.8%. So in this world, in this game, 200 basis points of inflation reduction over 6 months or so is fantastically large. So you should be taking that into account. You should be reducing the policy rate, but the committee just couldn't find the right moment to do that because all the inflation reports up to now were mixed or even negative. So unfortunately, didn't find the right moment to do that. But this idea that the policy rate is a little too high for where the economy is today, I think makes a lot of sense. So I've advocated for like a technical adjustment. You know, you want to get this idea across that because inflation isn't near 5% anymore, core inflation, it's now under 3%, we can afford to reduce the policy rate, still be restrictive, and get this glide path into 2%, the 2% target.
I'd love to get your opinion on another topic that investors are thinking about, which is this is an election year. And what does that mean for the Federal Reserve as to timing? I mean, a lot of folks are saying you don't want to be too close to the election, so maybe September might not be the right time.
I think first of all, I don't think anybody ever won an election based on whether the Fed did something at the September meeting. So I don't think it matters for actual election outcomes. I don't think the median voter is voting on that. They're voting on much broader issues. So I think that the committee feels emboldened to do whatever it thinks is right at that meeting or any of the other meetings in the lead up to the election. And they have moved in the past during the election cycle, and I think they can do that if they wish this time.